Today, I am going to turn one sketchbook page into a cute little beer world. So, these aren't just random beers. Each beer have a complete different story, different mood, character, style, personality, and we have a beer who is barely awake and desperately need coffee, and another bear who decided that exercise is the way to get more honey. One is totally focused on honey as a snack, and another bear who is enjoying a cookie as a snack. So let's grab your favorite drink, get comfortable. Let's paint these five cute little pears together. So I started very lightly with pencil. At this stage, I am not worried about making everything perfect. I am mostly thinking about the poses, size of the character, and where everything is going to fit on the page. This is actually one of my favorite part of drawing because there is no pressure yet. Everything is possible. Beer can be sleeping, eating, dancing, exercising, and everything is under my control. And if I made a mistake, I can simply change the idea. Let's start with the first beer, and honestly, I think this beer represents how a lot of us feel in the morning, barely awake, holding a cup of coffee, and probably wondering why the day has already started. And for the body, I I went with really dark color, but instead of making everything completely flat, I tried to leave some lighter areas so that the shape of a bear would still be visible. I wanted this bear to have a very sleepy expression, so I kept the eyes small and added a little sleepy looking details around the face. The face is probably the most important part here because without the expression, he would just a black bear holding a cup. But with the sleepy eye and a little details, he suddenly looks like a someone who just survived that morning because of the coffee. And obviously, the coffee has to stand out because this is barely awake beer. I added the word barely awake because I couldn't resist the pun, and honestly, I think this might be the most relatable beer on this page. Adding a cute little details like bees, leaves, this gave a little story to this sleepy bear, and adding a I like to add her handwritten words to my sketchbook page because it makes the artwork feel more personal. It doesn't have to look perfect. Now, moving on to the second beer, this one has a complete different priority. That's honey. That's it. That's the priority. And for this beer, I wanted to make the pose feel relaxed. He is lying on the ground, enjoying his snacks, and completely ignoring everything else happening around him. I started with the main brown color and gradually added darker areas to create the shadows. I didn't want to make the bear look too realistic. I wanted to keep the loose sketchbook feeling. And then we have the most important part in the entire scene, the honey. I added a little honey bottle and the tiny bee flying around because if there is honey nearby, the bees aren't far away. And then I wrote, "Bear with me, I'm snacking." I think this line fits perfectly with his personality. He doesn't look worried, he doesn't look busy, he doesn't seem even interested in anything else. He is just snacking. Now, here comes the most hard-working bear. While the previous bear is lying around eating honey, this bear is decided to work for it. He is exercising, and I give him a little red headband because obviously some serious workout need the proper workout outfit. I wanted this bear to look energetic, so I gave him more active pose, a little movement, lines around him, make the scene looks like he is actually moving. I tried to make this one feel like a little more energetic through the poses and detail, and added a little sweat drops because if you are going to work this hard you need to show the effort. And the quote had to be no pain, no honey. Obviously, in the beer universe, honey is the ultimate reward. And finally, we have the cutest little bear on this page. This bear is enjoying a fish, and compared to the other three bears, this one feel much softer and more playful. I'm really sorry guys, my phone memories get full and I didn't pay attention to that, and I won't be able to record any further. So here is the final result. I hope you like the video and please like, share and subscribe.